Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today. This one's going to be doing a review for the Walking Dead universe, and another video for the Walking Dead Daryl Dixon. This one we're going to be talking about, can we truly have a satisfying conclusion to the Walking Dead Daryl Dixon with no big moment? So, this is kind of a follow-up to the video I made a few days ago, where we talked about the idea, and I talked about the idea that I don't believe that we are going to see the reunion with Rick and Daryl.
Excuse me? What did you say?
And I'm actually kind of standing on that. As unfortunate and as sad as that is, I'm standing by my statement. I don't think we're getting that reunion in this show anymore. It sounds like whatever they're planning, it is something they're doing after this, right? Whatever that is. Which I'm good with because, you know, again, like, just the fact that they're telling us that it's happening, that's enough for me. I don't really care how they do it. As long as they do it, that's all that matters to me. And they are. So, you know, it's just a matter of time, and it's the matter of them, you know, getting that reunion done. So, with that aside, for now, how could they end this show and have it be satisfying? Because Norman Reedus has said that the way this show is ending is going to be very satisfying. When they asked him about it a few months ago at Comic-Con, he said, very, very, very just satisfying conclusion to this show. So what is that satisfying conclusion if it isn't the reunion with Rick that we've all been waiting for? Is there such a thing as satisfying without the reunion of Rick at the end of the Daryl show? I can think of a few things. There's definitely a few things. To be honest, there's one thing I love more than anything, which I'll go into. But let's talk about a few possibilities, then we'll talk about the big one. The big one that I've been thinking about is that they get to America at the very end of Season 4. Their boat is ashore. They see an American flag. Daryl smiles, and he's like, we're home, you know? Could be. They could do that. I guess that could be it. I wouldn't leave the show satisfied, but I would say, like, okay, you know, that's fine. You know, he made it home. He's in America. At least he's in the same country now. You know, there's opportunities for crossovers and stories at that point. If they end it there, fine. You know what I'm saying? That's fine. I can live with that, because at least he's home on his own land. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, that's fine. You know, that's like a minimal ending for me. Then you could do one where they get to the Commonwealth. They actually get back to, you know, the Commonwealth, and we see, you know, Daryl, and he rides in, or maybe he's getting close or something, or you see a nice riding into the sunset as he's approaching the Commonwealth gates, and then you gotta wait to see what frickin' happens. That one would actually piss me off, because I would be awaiting the Rick reunion at that point. So I'm actually begging them not to do an ending like that, but again, we'll have to see. And then the biggest one I've heard people talk about, and I've heard this rumor a lot, is that Daryl gets back to America, he's in America, and he runs into a friend that is going to also help him find Rick.
This message is for Rick Grimes. It's Morgan Jones. Man, I'm gonna come and look for you, whether you're at Alexandria or not.
That would be Morgan Jones, which would be insane. Truly, I think that is the way they should end this show, if it isn't the reunion with Rick. Imagine Daryl runs into Morgan, and they both are like, hey, let's go find Rick. You know what I mean? Let's go find Rick together. We both been looking for him, you know, set out on a journey, and there you go. You know, and then that sets us up for whatever that next thing is with Rick, which is Daryl and Morgan out there going towards Alexandria now, looking for Rick. And then, you know, you get a reunion, maybe a couple episodes in, and then whatever the plot of that show would be at that point would be decided at a later time. That'd be crazy. That would be insane. I would be down with that, for sure. That would be a good way to do it as well, but again, it has to be done in a proper and correct manner, you know, so we'll have to see. Now, other ways this could end, and this is when I wouldn't like the ending of the show, is Daryl just stays in Spain and grows old there with Carol. Hell no. Daryl just rides off and goes somewhere else and lets Carol be happy in the town. No, no, don't like that either. You know, and, well, you know, obviously a few other, you know, moments here and there. Could Daryl die at the end of the show? Well, we know that ain't damn true, because Norman Reedus has confirmed that there's more Daryl after this show. And not to mention, you kill Daryl, you genuinely kill my interest. So don't do that. Definitely don't do that. And then killing Carol, honestly, go ahead. I don't really care. And then in terms of, the rest, I would say you gotta kind of just, set your expectations to a certain level. I would say for me, him just getting to America at the end of the show, it's enough for me for now. It wouldn't really be what I would consider satisfying. The only thing that I would consider satisfying about the end of this show is if he found Morgan and then they went to go find Rick together. Or you just do the damn reunion in 408 with Rick, which is what I would prefer. But obviously, it sounds like they're doing a more bigger scale reunion, which in the end could be a better result. It could be. Whatever this thing is that they're planning could be a better option. The fact that they're telling us that they're actively working on this reunion tells me that it's something bigger than what we're thinking it's going to be. So I can live with that. You know what I'm saying? That's something I can definitely live with. So that's kind of where I'm at in terms of can it be a satisfying conclusion without the reunion with Rick? I think it could be, but it's a very slim pickings option. I'll tell you that. There's not many options that I would consider be satisfying as an ending. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where I'm at with that whole situation. So anyway, let me know your thoughts. Post your comments down below. Do you guys think this is how, this show should end? Do you think that, we shouldn't get the reunion with Rick? Do you think it doesn't make, logical sense in this show? I would say that overall, the reunion should happen in this show because that's kind of been the purpose of the show since it started. But they're probably not going to do that. It's probably going to be saved for a bigger thing. So at least him either running into Morgan or getting to America in general, I can at least live with that for the time being, and then obviously we get to, the reunion when we get to the reunion, which hopefully will be not too long after the Daryl show ends. Hopefully, that's the hope, but we'll have to see. So anyway, that's my overall thoughts. Let me know your thoughts. Post your comments down below, guys. And if you're new to the channel and you enjoy videos like this, be sure to click subscribe button so you don't miss any of the videos. Make sure to follow me on Dan's Reviews Official, _, guys, and of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos for The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon, and more for The Walking Dead universe. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.
Born in the dark alleys, city of concrete. Dan's reviews blowing up, never taste defeat. Walking Dead dissected every plot twist beat. World gone mad, TV junkies hit a treat. Typing up scripts, marathon through the night. His opinions hit harder than a street fight scene. Every episode, brain sharper than a knife. He's the beacon of critique, shedding TV light.